Then, yeah, so we have a lot. It's a huge passage. Usually in part one, they don't have such a big passage. It's rare, really rare. I hope they have formatted.
Okay. Because why? Okay, now I ask you, Shashank, because
Hmm.
this is the another question I would like. See, at first part it is big, and eventually if you go second part, third part is comparatively smaller than this. So this is my question: that can we do start with the third part and then comes to second and lastly one? Is it
Uh,
possible?
in general training, I advise
Mm-hmm.
my candidates to always do the third one, because the third part in general training is actually difficult. It is not very difficult, but it's a standard difficulty level is there. Then
Mm-hmm.
second part is about universities, brochures, and work policies, which becomes a little easier than the third one. And
Mm-hmm.
first is much easier, because first one in general training has advertisements and leaflets and brochures, right? Notices. So that's like really easy. Just skimming and scanning, you can do the test
Mm-hmm.
to this part. So in the general training, obviously, I suggest my students that go ahead and do the third part first, because you need to take a fresh look at the difficult topic. Then when you step down, you will be able to relax during the test.
Mm-hmm.
But in IELTS Academic, your speed really matters and your accuracy also matters. If you do the third section, let's say, which is difficult, you'll probably spend 23 minutes. In fact, this much time is necessary for third section. Okay, after doing that for 23 minutes, then when you come down to the section 2, that will also take around 19 minutes, and then section 1. So section 1 you'll be hurrying, and you if you make mistakes, then it'll not be nice, because in IELTS Academic, section 1 is the easiest, section 2 is difficult, so standard, and section 3 is difficult. So what I mean to say, if you do 1 and 2, you are more likely to cover all the right answers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Understood.
26 questions will be there. Out of 26, even if you are doing 20 correct answers, for example, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in 1 and 2, then you just need 3 more to get 6 bands.
Yes.
3 correct answers you can get in part 3.
Okay.
So my suggestion is comfortably do the part 1 and then 2 and 3. But this test might not be formatted well, because it is huge. This passage is huge. Yeah. And this it has like 1 2 3 parts. Usually this happens in part 3. Maybe they have made part 3 and into part 1. Either way, let's do this. Let's have a quick
Mm.
quick look at this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a see what I will do. I'm going to first read this part, then I'm going to check for questions. Then I'm going to read this part, and I'm going to check for questions related to this, and then see and so. This is my methodology. Why it works for me? Because my short-term memory will tell me this, whatever I have read here, is it exactly what I have read here or not? Now I'll tell you, for me it's a mistake when people read the questions before. When people read the questions before, they start making predictions in the passage,
Mm.
and that predictive reading will make them lose marks. Oh, I read this keyword here, I this keyword here, ta, 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 ta. That should be the answer. It's not as simple as that. IELTS is telling you to understand the passage well. To understand the passage well, you need to read this more keenly, and then try to do your guesswork in questions, not vice versa. Yeah, maybe iska answer yahan mil jayega. Don't go with this attitude. Yeah,
Mm.
you
Okay.
will eventually find the right answer if you just understand the passage. Okay, so
Okay.
I just do maybe read 1 or 2, then you can do C and D. Let's see if that works. The
Okay.
scientific study of twins goes back to the late 19th century. Okay, when Francis, an early geneticist, realized that they came in two varieties, identical and twin bonds, and non-identical twin bonds. Interesting. That insight turned out to be a key. Although it was not until 1924 that it was used to formulate what is known as twin rule pathology. Okay. See, I'm going to hit the highlight button. This same thing you will get in exam.
Yeah.
And twin studies really got going. Okay. So what did I understand? In 1924, It was used to formulate what is known as twin rule pathology. Okay. And they started to study this in 19th century. What is 19th century? Which year is 19th century?
1924.
No, this is 20th century. 1924 is 20th century. 19th century,
Ah,
1800 to 19,
1900. Yeah.
1899. So this is a common mistake people will make in IELTS.
Mm.
Yeah, be careful. Okay. So which paragraph contains the following information? All right. You may use any letter more than once. When they have given this, right, it's usually true. Usually maybe you read the C paragraph and C paragraph, maybe it's 2C will come. So usually this is true when they have given you NB, you may use any letter more than once. Yeah. So we need to find whether we read. Did we read about research conducted in Ohio? No.
No.
Medical contributions? No. Research situation under life threat? No. Data of similarities of? No. No data. Reasons that make one study? No. There's
Mm.
no comparison. So definitely anything that I read here in the A paragraph doesn't match this part. So I'm going to
Okay.
skip this. The first one that conducted research on twins is called the first one. The scientific study of twins goes back to the late 19th when Francis Galton, early genetics, realized that they came into identical twins. Okay. The first one that conducted research, the first person who conducted, I don't think they have written the right grammar, but
Mhm.
the person who conducted the research on twins is called Francis Galton. What else? So when you write the answers, make sure that you write it in capital letters.
Okay.
I don't know why they're writing in such an archaic manner. First one that conducted. This is a very medieval English. He separated twins into two categories, non-identical and identical twins. Correct. The twin research was used in medical application in as early as year of
1924.
before that it was used to formulate known as twin pathology. Okay. We can say that research was used in medical application, pathology. Fine. We can say 1924. So interestingly, we found two answers in a small paragraph here.
Yeah.
So फिर भी एक बार check कर लेते हैं what if there's something here. So
Mm.
Ohio becomes a keyword. When I read about Ohio, I will come here. Now I'm skipping this. Three results that had been verified in this passage. Results. We read about pathology, twin rule. So is that here? No. So that's all. I'm just skipping and scanning. I'm sure this no answer will be here from here. So I'm
Mhm.
skipping this now. So
Okay.
now I'm going to read the B paragraph. Do the same thing. The twin rule pathology states that any heritable disease will be more concordant, that is more likely to be jointly present or absent in identical twins than in non-identical twins. Acha, interesting. It is more possible to be present in identical twins, and in turn will be more concordant and non in non-identical twins than in non-siblings. What now? Will be more concordant in non-identical twins than in non-siblings. Okay, comparisons. This is first, that is second, this is third. Okay. Early work, for example, showed that statistical correlation of skin mole counts between identical twins was zero point 0.4, while non-identical twins had a correlation of 0.2. Okay. While a score of 0 implies no correlation. Okay, this result suggests that moles are heritable, but it also implies that there is an environmental component to the development of moles. Okay, there is depends on the ambience or the weather. Okay, otherwise correlation in identical twins would be close to 1.0. Okay, so this was a score 1.0, but which was in non-identical. Otherwise, that would also be for same. Okay. So kind of confusing, but let's try to make sense. Did they talk about mention research in Ohio? No. Medical contribution? No. Did we read about research situation? No. Under life threatening? Nothing. Data of similarities of identical twins. Data. There is data here.
Data is there, yeah. So I think it is B.
No, no, no. Data of
No,
similarities. What is the similarity? Is mole early work, for
mole.
example, showed that statistical correlation of skin mole counts between. Okay, it is data. Identical twins was okay. Had a correlation 0.2. A score that implies okay. This result suggests that moles are heritable, but it also implies that there is an environmental component. Fine. For now, we can mark 4 as B because there is clearly data and there's
Mm.
mole counts, so that is fine. Okay, reasons that make one study unconvincing. No, not we have seen that. We finished this. Now, if you notice, 4, 5, and 6 at the bottom are highlighted.
Yeah.
The
So those
same
are
thing,
answered.
same thing will be there in the exam also.
Okay.
You will see them highlighted, whatever you're
Mhm.
answering. Please choose three research field. Again, Ohio, I'm skipping. Please choose three results that had been verified in this passage. Non-identical twins came from different eggs. Yeah, non-identical twins came from why? Because in the first passage itself I read, non-identical twins had come from two, correct, two eggs, different eggs. And
Mm.
identical was born from one egg. I should have been more careful. Huh? Genetic relations between identical twins is closer than non-identical ones. Genetic relations between identical twins. Yes. You know why? Because they have said in the B paragraph here that they are more concordant. So in identical twins than in non-identical twins. So genetic relations between identical twins is closer than non-identical. I think this is correct. B should be the right answer also. So A and B both I just read. Okay. Vitamin C has an evident, we didn't read about vitamin C. Genetic influence on smoking is superior. Don't know about smoking. If pregnant woman eats too much sweet, would lead to skin disease. Hair loss has been found to be connected with skin. Okay, we'll read more. But yeah, I think this should be the right answer because we clearly read about this and this also,
Mm.
right? Okay, so let's do C now. See, after reading B, I'm able to mark this and this one also. This
Mm.
one came from A only.
Mhm.
Okay, so now let's go to C1 and you can tell me uh, if anything in C matches
Okay.
over
So
here.
it is, yeah. It is like a twin research has shown that whether or not someone takes up smoking is determined mainly by environmental factor, but once he does so, how much he smokes is largely down to his genes. And while a person religion is clearly a cultural attribute, there is a strong genetic component to religious fundamentalism. Twin studies are also unraveling the heritability of various aspects of human personality traits from neuroticism and anxiety to thrill and novelty seeking all have large genetic components. Parenting matters, but it does not determining personality in a way that some had thought. Okay, mention research and another medical contribution research between the research situation and the life-threatening condition. Data similarity of identity, the research that makes one studying unconvincing. I think in first five C is not there.
You're right, because it's more about factors about habit. For example, smoking is a
Yeah,
habit, and yeah, he can take up smoking because of environmental factor, but smokes is largely down to his gene. How much he can smoke depends on his genes.
yeah.
These three
Ohio.
had been carried out in Ohio. Nothing, no, nothing here. What about this? They were smoking here. Genetic influence on smoking is superior to the environments. Yeah.
Smoking is there, yeah.
See, genetic influence, they're saying. So,
Hmm.
and while a person's religion is clearly a cultural attribute, there is strong genetic component to religious fundamentalism. So you have to be have the genetics. They're also saying smokes is largely down to his genes.
Hmm.
So that means genetic influence on smoking. So I think we have done 11 to 13 also, 6 and 7 also. 8 and 10 is this. Okay, only 2 here. No, 3 here also. Okay.
Hmm.
This will be all about Ohio and Maryland. So we'll come to that. And okay, this part is left out. Let's look at D now. You
Okay.
can give a D. Yeah.
Yeah. More importantly, perhaps twin studies. Okay, vitamin C, a study that administered vitamin C to one twin and a placebo to the other found that it had no effect on the common cold. I think we read one like a vitamin C one effect on a common cold, but it is okay. Okay, more importantly, perhaps twin studies are helping the understanding of disease such as cancer. Ah, this is Ohio one. Now, perhaps understanding
No,
of
no,
this
no.
the cancer,
You are going
asthma.
too fast. You're not even reading the passage, sir. First, finish the passage. I
Okay,
told you.
okay,
Don't
mm,
jump to questions. First, at least read the passage अच्छे से, आराम से, प्यार से,
okay,
समझ के,
okay.
with
ठीक
love.
है.
Read the passage. Then you go to the question.
Okay.
Just read the
So,
paragraph. Yeah, huh.
yeah, more importantly, perhaps twin studies are helping the understanding of disease such as cancer, asthma,
Osteoporosis.
osteo, osteoporosis, arthritis, and immune disorder. And twins can be used within ethical for medical experiment. A study that administered vitamin C to one twin and a placebo to the other found that it had no effect on the common cold. The lesson from all of today's twin studies is that most human traits are at least partially influenced by genes. However, for the most part, the age-old dichotomy
Dicto, dichotomy. Okay.
between nature and nature is not very useful. Many genetics programs are often to input from the environment, and genes are frequently switched on or off by environment signal. It is also possible that genes themselves influence their environment. Some humans have an innate preference for participation in sports. Others are drawn to novelty. Might people also be drawn to certain kinds of friends and types of experience? In this way, a person's genes might shape the environment they act in as much as environment shapes the actions of the genes. Okay, now mention research medical research situation under life-threatening condition, data of similarity of identity, research that made make one study. Again, in D, there is 1 to 5 is not there, I
No, no.
think.
See, obviously, reasons that make one study unconvincing is not there because there's no talk about convincing or unconvincing.
Right,
Research situation under life-threatening conditions, I didn't see. I was just seeing some humans may have an innate preference for participation and all is there, but life-threatening condition, nothing is there, right?
right.
Uh, Here, what caught my interest was medical contribution to the researchers for twins. Actually, most importantly, perhaps twin studies are helping understanding of diseases. See, twin
Uh,
studies are helping understanding the disease. This is the highlight of this medical contribution to the research for twins. And what
okay,
is why it is saying, because what they did first, they gave one twin a vitamin C, other twin nothing, but still the genetics was the one which got the common cold away. See, it had no
okay,
effect on the common cold, whether you give a proper medicine or whether you give no medicine. So because of the twin study, they are able to see that
okay,
the age-old dichotomy between nature and nurture is also very useful. So they're able to, understand this. So this is definitely D, I feel. Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do E part now. Wait. Did we read about Ohio? No, right? So that's why I skipped it. There's nothing about Ohio. This one we already done. So this one we got one answer.
Mhm.
In the past, such research has been controversial. Joseph, okay, doctor working at so and so extermination camp during the Second World War, was fascinated by twins. He sought them out among arrivals at the camp and preserved them from the gas chambers for a series of brutal experiments. Oh my God! So this fellow, he was fascinated by twins. He sought them out among arrivals at the camp and preserve them from the gas chamber. So he will not do gas chambers because he will do series of brutal experiments, other experiments he want to do on them. After
Mm.
the war, Cyril Bird, a British psychologist who worked on the heredity of intelligence, tainted twin research with results that appear in retrospect to have been rather too good. Some of his data on identical twins who had been reared apart were probably faked. In any case, prevailing ideology in the social sciences after the war was Marxist and disliked suggestions that differences in human potential might have underlying genetic causes. Twin studies were thus viewed with suspicion. See, twin studies were thus viewed with suspicion because of this Marxist ideology, and because this fellow, they did brutal experiments, etc. So definitely reasons that make one study unconvincing is there. So I can
Okay.
go for E here. And remember, there was, you may use any letter more than one. So I'm wondering, research situations under life-threatening conditions. Very clear. This was a life-threatening condition. Gas chambers, series of brutal experiments. So this
Mm.
this is also E only. Scary, huh, these people. Okay. So I don't think again, no Ohio, nothing came here. So we will. But see, now there is F, G, H, I remaining, J, K. So much is there. And we have to answer only one here, Ohio. And we have to answer three things about Ohio.
Mm.
Yeah. So ideally speaking, I'm just skipping this now. We have to read a lot. So we can look at the other section now. Ideally speaking, this should be either part two or part three. I don't think this is part one material.
Mm.
Yeah. There's part three, which is smaller. Let's do, no, this also has G paragraph, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. But this one has smaller paragraphs. Maybe we can look at this one. Yeah. Then at the end, we can check the answers, what we have attempted, what we haven't.
Yeah.
What say you?
Yes. Okay. I think this Ohio one is in paragraph J, huh? So if we can finish number one, I think we can in J paragraph. It mention about Ohio.
Okay, I mean, again, we'll have to F, G, H, I, J fully हमने पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना. So I'm
J
just
is J is dedicatedly for Ohio, I think. J.
okay. We'll skim and scan. Uh, we know what we have to find Ohio here, and what is this question? Let's read carefully. Please
Ohio.
choose three research fields that had been carried out in Ohio, Maryland, and Twinburg. See, Maryland and Twinburg also becomes keyword. Do I have
Yeah.
Maryland and Twinburg here? No.
Yes. In G is Maryland. Sorry, Twinburg.
Okay. So F to मैंने skip कर दिया. I'm skipping F. I'm just going to G directly. Research
Okay.
at the Twinsburg Festival began in a small way with a single stand in 1979. With research at Twinsburg Festival. Okay. Gradually, news spread, more scientists began turning up. This year, half a dozen groups of researchers were lodged in a specially pitched research tent. In one corner of this tent, Paul, who worked at the Monell Institute, okay, watched over several tables where twins sat sipping clear liquids. It was team's third year. Okay, colleagues want to find out how genes influence human perception, particularly the senses of smell, taste, etc., that result from stimulation. Perception is an example of something that is probably influenced by both genes. Even before birth, people are exposed to flavors such as chocolate, garlic, okay, though it is not yet clear whether such prenatal exposure shapes taste perception. There is evidence that it shapes preferences for foods. Though it is not clear whether such prenatal exposure shapes taste perception, there is evidence that it shapes preferences for food. Yeah, that's common sense. Come on. So please choose three research fields that had been carried out in Ohio, Maryland. So in what we just read, Twinsburg, right?
Yeah.
So in Twinsburg, they went about senses of smell and taste.
Mm.
Yeah. So sense of and
Sense is there, yes.
हाँ sense हो गया. Okay. What about next one here? Nothing. No
Nothing
key.
is there in it.
On the other side, National Institute of Defense, something, something. Do we
Mary,
have
this is Maryland, yeah.
this in Maryland?
Mm. Was studying hearing. Okay, so E is the sound.
Very nice. That we can do it easily.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
then J is
heritable.
Ohio. Motivation to communicate with others.
Heritable. So, mole heredity.
No, motivation to communicate with others. Boldness of
Okay.
men.
Was
Boldness of men.
boldness of man. Okay.
Not bad. We finished easily, huh? Okay. Mention research conducted in Ohio. Okay, obviously J. Answer is J.
J, yeah.
Great. Not bad. So yeah, I think we just needed 2 minutes. I thought, oh my God, itna padna padega. Okay. So part two. Facial expressions. They have fill in the blanks. They have again same thing. See, no, you use one letter more than once, and they have the same thing. Is part three
Hmm.
something different? List of headings can be interesting. See, why? Because each paragraph
Hmm.
has one answer here. Yeah. Okay. Then what is this? Ha, I told you, right? Which year? So they'll mention one century, that century. This is difficult. Oh, there's true false not given also. What say you? Shall we do this one?
Yeah, part three. Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. The story of the can can
yeah.
okay, begins in 1795 when had an idea why not pack food in bottles like wine. 15 years later, after researching and testing his idea, he published his theory. If food is sufficiently heated and sealed in an airtight container, it will not spoil. Okay, in 1810, that means which century is this? 1810. Okay, anyway, they have not mentioned century, they have mentioned dates only. Okay. Um, in 18 Peter Durand. Okay, so we had Nicholas who found out, who did the research in 1795. Then we have Mr. Peter in 1810. And what did he do? Wanted to surpass Appett's invention, so he elected to try tin instead of glass. Acha, he wanted to try glass. Tin could be sealed airtight, but tin was not breakable and was much easier to handle. Very nice. Durant himself did no canning, but two other Englishmen used Durant's patent. After experimenting for more than a year, they set up commercial canning factory. Okay, by 1830.
1813. 13.
They were sending tins of food to British Army and Navy authorities for trial.
Hmm.
Okay, nice. So, lot of things are in this, but basically, this is the story how it began.
Right.
And let me look at the questions. They have said answer paragraph A is fourth one. Already they have mentioned that. So the invention, correct. We can say it invention. So I'm highlighting it when I'm sure. If I'm not sure, I will not highlight. Yeah. This is my technique. If I highlight it, that means I don't have to read this again. It is already
Okay.
written.
Done.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
A paragraph, right? So, okay, now the first list is a list of dates of events. The second list is list of events matched with the year. So, did we read about any of these years? 1810, 1813,
Yeah.
1813 में क्या हुआ था? 1813
1813.
they were sending Britishers food, right? The
Yeah.
first time canned food was tested by military authorities. Correct. We can say B. So my suggestion is that, oh, there are two 1813s. Interesting. So which one is which one? So 35, right? I'm just wondering, if I should write
I think first 1810, this is A, and this is first 1813. Then I think
1813 is B. Like, see, 1813 is B. Why? Because this is tan food was tested, correct? Second,
no,
1813.
no, no, Shashank.
Mhm.
See, there is the first American canning factory was opened, and where they have opened in
But that is
1813.
1810, no?
No,
Okay,
here,
okay, okay, I get your point. Okay.
yeah,
During also did not, after experiment, sorry, set up the commercial can factory, they were sending. Okay, both the things happened. So The first canning plant was opened. This is G, and then this is B. Make sense?
I may be wrong. After experimenting for more than a year, After experimenting more than a year, they set up a commercial canning factory, and by 1830 they were sending. And by 1813, okay. So yeah, let's see. Let's go to the next and let's
I
see
think
if
both of them, obviously, because two things happened, no, at the same time.
yeah, by
At by
1813,
1813,
yeah.
they were sending tens of cans, definitely.
Mm.
And as you said, they set up a commercial canning factory. So let's do this for now. Anyway, both the
Okay.
options are here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's see with A itself, with A paragraph, we found one, two, and three answers already. Okay, third is already given here. Next, true, false, not given. Recycling has helped reduce manufacturing. Okay, when we come to recycling, will come here. Aluminum can production cost have fallen by nearly 50%. Okay, since
Since
1992. This should
mm,
be easy to check because it's a fact.
mm,
And recycling, we have to see whether it's true, false, or not given. Okay, now I'm getting the gist of this. Part three, we can do.
mhm,
Perhaps the greatest encouragement to the newborn canning industry was the explosion in the number of new colonial territories as people and goods were being transported to all parts of the world. The
mm,
reason that they became profitable, this is what they are saying. The
mm.
can industry itself was growing in new territories. Englishmen who emigrated to America brought their newfound knowledge with them. One of these was Thomas, who might fairly be called the father of the can manufacturing industry in the United States. Okay. In 1812, he set up a small plant in New York waterfront to can the first hermetically sealed products in the US. So, what happened in the B paragraph? Invention of aluminum can? No. No technological breakthrough. Canning and beer industry? No. Canning and war? Canning and war. Probably because transport all across the world. No, not war. Further manufacturing problems with spoiled content. Expansion of the industry also sounds good. Today's use of cans drinks canning. No, cans in the environment. It's either number eight for me. I think it's either number eight or it should be canning and war. But there's no mention of war, so I'm
Or
going to
yeah,
go
yeah.
for eight only. So 27 should be eight. Okay, now I have to see this again. Did we come across 1812? Yes. What happened in 1812? Fairly be called the father of the can manufacturing industry in the United States. In 1812, he set up a small plant in New York. First American canning factory was opened. Correct. Delta. So let's mark it as D. Easy
Yeah.
D.
1812, yeah.
Okay, nothing about recycling. See, this seems like part one now.
Mm.
You see. This is easy. This seems like part one. Simple answers, simple headings. Yeah, simple true first not given. So I think previously we were doing part three and small paragraphs. You can try C
Right.
paragraph now.
Yeah, it's a civil war. So war is there already. So there is a question about war.
Uh,
Yeah,
read,
canning and
sir.
war.
Read.
Okay. Just before the Civil War, a technical advance by canners enabled them to speed up production, adding calcium chloride to the water in which cans were cooked, raised the water temperature, speeding up the canning process. Also, for almost 100 years, tin cans were made by artisans by hand. It was a laborious process requiring considerable skill and muscle. As the industrial re-
Machines.
revolution took
Okay, sorry.
hold
Revolution hold in the.
United States, the demand for cans increased and machines began to replace the artisan handiwork. A good artisan could make only 10 cans a day. Through production progress, it can making began in 1922 when American engineers perfected the body making process. New methods soon increased production of can to as many as 250 a minute. Okay, so C can answer two or three. So first is technology breakthrough, gaining the invention of the American technological breakthrough. I can make C.
Soon increased production
Number
of
two,
gas to as many 250 a minute. Wow.
yeah,
So this is definitely, yeah, technological breakthroughs.
breakthrough.
So we can mark this as two, paragraph C. Very nice. And what else have we found? Uh,
And
which year have they mentioned? 1922, I think I saw.
2022, yeah, can making begin in 1922.
Commercial
So,
planning, I think.
so today's scanning material was possible.
Mass
Mass
production.
production, yeah, A.
So that is 1922. Okay, I think we'll be able to do this easily. It's boring now.
Mhm.
D, E,
Yeah,
F, same thing, no? Mark this, mark this, mark this, mark this. It's easy. So let's submit and check the answers, what we have done so far.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, reading requires patience.
No, because of we are doing together, na. We are 2% doing together. So I'm habitual to doing in a teamwork.
Ah,
Yeah, most of the answer right. See,
answer part one is correct. All are correct. Interesting. I'm happy. Okay. And part two, part three. Okay. Here we attempted these two. We got correct. We attempted this quiz. It is correct. Correct. Very nice. Whatever we have attempted is correct only.
correct only. Okay, good. And we
No, no.
got
We got 37 wrong. 37 is wrong and 35 is also wrong. B and G. B. Oh, it's correct only. Both are B, no? Both are same thing. B and G, G and B are interchangeable. It's fine. This is correct.
okay, got it. Yeah.
Because both are same year.
Hmm. So by
Or-
doing this, we got five and if we do something more for next 24 minutes, it could be easily achievable seven.
Yeah, 7, 8 also. I have had students who have got 9 also in reading. But that guy was very smart. That guy who got 9 band this year in the
Mhm.
January, I remember. He was literally going to Harvard and he got a 9 out of 9 in reading.
Oh,
Then many candidates got 8 also. Even the last month, 2 girls got 8 bands in reading.
okay.
And every month, at least one candidate of our team, they get an 8 band in readings. In general training, it's even easier to get 8 bands in reading.
Okay. Because I found a trick today, Shashank. What
Mhm.
your trick is perfect. Because what I done yesterday in my practice, first I read all paragraph and then no, first I read all questions from top to bottom. Then
Mhm.
I go left and read all the paragraph and then I come again and answer question one by one. This kind of,
Also, I notice you're jumping too quickly to questions. Read,
Yeah,
read at least the paragraph. Just read the paragraph. Be patient. The
be patient.
paragraph
Yeah.
will give you all the information.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So today until tomorrow, do this, and then tomorrow,
Mhm.
I think you can do two sessions tomorrow.
Yeah, no problem.